Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Dungeons of Castle Blackmoor. We are in our fourth session today, and I want to thank everybody for paying good attention to the stream and sharing it out on social media and giving us good follows and really good responses. And thank you so much for that. We all appreciate it. And I'm going to begin with Tad's normal, sort of statements. Thing one. I have people roll in what's called the tower here in Fantasy Grounds, and what that does is that has the die roll down into sort of a discrete area so they don't know the result. And what that does is that has folks respond to what I described for them, not the mechanics of the roll. So it helps people stay in character, and it makes sort of the responses a little bit pure. And the other thing, and my characters get this, but I just want to make this clear for everybody else watching, is if you are talking in front of the merchant prince, assume it's in character. So when you interact with an NPC, these are in character discussions unless you say otherwise. So if you talk about scamming the merchant prince, and you're in front of him, well, he's going to provide appropriate feedback based on how you position it. So we try and role play a lot. We try and role play constantly. The third thing, and this is true for multiple households here, is we all have dogs, and our dogs really get excited when people come to visit outside, and they like to discuss that in pretty specific detail. So intermittently here, if you should hear maybe a dog comment on the quality of the stream, just recognize that we all are pet lovers, and it's awesome to have them, but occasionally they do make noise. So, when last we met, the players had, finally descended into the depths of Castle Blackmoor, and they had, um, confronted some of the goodies that were down there and really began to get a feeling for what was going on with level one, with the first part of the dungeon of Castle Blackmoor, and they had encountered some spiders, and they had encountered some rats. And one of the interesting things about the rats that they encountered is, after they had a real serious skirmish with them, several of them stood up and said, "No, hang on here, let's talk about this. You don't need to be killing me." And so things went from there. And before we get deep into the stream, I'm going to ask our players to introduce themselves, talk about their characters, and talk a little bit about themselves and how you can touch base with them and reach out to them on social media or here on Twitch. And let's start with Idris Regan and PJ Slama. PJ, introduce yourself.
Uh, my character is totally self-absorbed and into his own well-being and the well-being of himself and others like himself. That is himself. Uh, he's recently been confronted by a spooky ghost that gives him wrong-size cutlery that he's had to whittle down into the form of a long sword that it would work for him. But he understands people make mistakes from time to time, so he's currently trying to figure out how he can turn these rats to his advantage right now. That's where he's at right now, in the dungeons of Castle Blackmoor.
Jenna Bink.
I'm still playing Jenna Bink, the lovely gnome artificer who is running around trying to observe all the things for arcane science. And you can catch me on Twitter at MagicBarth.
Brother Delbert, bring it.
I am playing Delbert Galen, who is a wizard of the Cabal. He is very family oriented. He's also somewhat of a wizard inquisitor. So balancing those two things is kind of his life quandary at the moment. Other than being in the dungeons of Castle Blackmoor, my name is Forlasanto. You can find me on Twitch @/Forlasanto.
Penny, you're up.
All right, my name is Matt. I'm playing Penny, who is a Dokray, which is the Blackmoor version of Halfling. She was a prisoner of war who is now turned ranger, and it's not the most scrupulous of individuals and has shady dealings with people in the darker side of the world. And I do not have any social media following stuff.
And this is Matt's first video appearance with us. He's been, sort of in camouflage, but Matt was able to get a video camera imported into Puerto Rico this week, so he joins us face to face. Yay, Matt! So,
Woohoo!
All right, let's get right to it. Let me get this shared with everybody. All right, so when last we met, you had rolled into this area and you had found some rats fighting with some spiders. Pretty serious combat. One of the opponents was Rat Man, I guess the best way to describe it. When you checked out his corpse, he was definitely a man. You didn't think he was a war creature. And there were several other rats in here, some of which who got slain. And you waded in, dusted them off, and were going to maybe continue to fight with the rats based on what you were seeing, but they began to talk to you. And several things came clear to you. You were offered an opportunity to go meet the Rat Queen, and they sort of laid out for you a few things. Like they said they were clearly at the bottom of the hierarchy, and that there were rats, that could turn into rats, but also could look kind of like men. And then there was rats that just looked kind of like halfway between men and stuff. And then there was just the little rats, and they were the bottom of the hierarchy, and they just had to put up with stuff. That's kind of what you got from them. And the other thing they told you is that their queen is trying to get back to the sky, because we lost the sky. We ain't seen the sky in a long time. And we worried we might get dumb again. But, it might be better than getting eaten by everybody and beat up on. So they talked to you about that. And then the other thing they talked to you about is, the spider war. We've been fighting the spiders forever because the queen said so, and the guy said so, and we got it, and the rat man said so, and the rat king said so. So that's what they said. And right now, you are in a room that you just blew into. And you had come around sort of the outside of the complex, moving through an area that was infested heavily by spiders into this area that seems like it might be a little bit of a war zone or a battle zone. So all that being said, what would y'all like to do?
Take us to your leader.
Well, yeah, we could do that. No problem at all. I think that's a good idea. And this is Quickfoot, okay? This is the first one to talk to you. And the other one, Brady, goes, I'm telling you, it ain't going to work. All she's going to do is she's going to see these fucking pink skins and she's going to say it's chow time and we're going to get fucking whacked for bringing them into the inside. I'm telling you, I don't know if I like it. All right, and Quickfoot looks over at him and says, listen, we got to try something. Otherwise, we're just going to end up being the bottom of things. And Brady's like, all right, you're the fucking brains, I guess.
Should we be bringing your dead compatriot along with us? Do you have some kind of burial rites, funerary rites that we should be observing for this?
Oh, well, yeah, you hungry?
No, but I would like to do an autopsy. Can I do that?
Yeah, it's meat at this point, you know what I mean? A little bit of flour, a little bit of butter, fry that shit up. We're good with it.
So, maybe you could go back to the pot. Were they gonna kill us? They're gonna whack us for going there? I'm not so much about that. Why would you, Queen, wanna?
Well, I think, shut up. Shut up. Here's the deal. I think she's going to look at y'all and she's going to say, oh, look, you have brought transgressors in here. The people in charge is going to be pissed, because we call her the queen of the rats, but she's not really the queen of the rats. The person in charge is downstairs, 3 levels. I only been down there once myself running messages. That's it, all right? And, he ain't going to like the fact that we be talking to you. And so she's going to have to look at you and she's going to have to say, pink skins will probably going to leave pretty soon anyhow, and then I'm going to get my ass kicked, versus big badass who squishes us all the fucking time. So I don't think you got nothing to offer her that's going to be a good trade. And the other rat goes, I'm telling you, you're always with the negative waves. You got to stop it with the negative waves. This is a chance for us to get back to the sky. And they kind of glare at each other.
Who's this guy? You said that 3 levels? 3, right? 3 levels down? Who's this guy?
Oh, well, he's one of them rat guys that kind of goes back and forth, and he blows shit up, too. Breathes fire from his mouth and shoots beams from his eyes and stuff. I don't understand exactly how it works. But, it's you this fella here, this fella here, and he's pointing at Dell, but how he said this thing, the well went bong and the spider's head blew up? He does shit like that.
And it's one of you kind of folks? It's one of those rat people?
Well, it's one of the big ones. It's one of the big ones that can be a guy, it can be a rat, and can be something in between like a rat and a guy. Because there's 3 types of us, right? There's the folks like us who's just rats, and we just hang out, we, get eaten by folks and stuff, and we do recon, and we all get together and charge and bite on people and stuff. You know about that, right? So we got some of us doing that. And then we got the guys who are kind of just, rat men, because they're kind of like us, but they're rats, but they got 2 legs and stuff. They walk around. They're rat men, and and then we got the guys that are rat men who you can't hurt when you bite on them and shit. They just that fucking tough. right? And then they can look like the normal rat man kind of guys, and then they can look like a rat, but then they can look like pink skins like you too. So there's the guys who's in charge, and we do whatever the fuck they say because they can kick our ass in the next Tuesday.
So this guy, he got glowing eyes or something. What's he doing?
How do you know it? And Quick Eyes, excuse me, Quickfoot's like, how'd you know that? I told you. These are smart folks. They're gonna be able to help us out. And Bright Eyes like, well, okay, yeah, wait. I mean, I hear what you're saying. Yeah, he's got these blue glowing eyes. You know, he's had them forever, as far as we know. Gives him more boomity bang, I guess. I don't know. So I keep looking over your fucking guy here and saying, why is his glowing blue fucking eyes? I thought everybody who could shoot spells had blown blue fucking eyes.
Now we heard about this before from some peoples, but nah, that's some like special thing that's real bad, real bad.
So, well, it does make him real fucking bad. I'll say that. He's a whoop ass, some bitch.
Well, aren't Delbert's eyes blue and he shoots magic too? I mean, come on. Come on.
Both the rats look at Delbert.
Statistically speaking, there is no association between eye color and the ability to use magic or arcane science. Completely disassociated. There is no correlation.
That's what they want you to think, but these rats know things. They've seen a thing or two because they know a thing or two.
I'm just saying, I only met like the one person that can throw spells like that, and that's Delbert, and he got blue eyes. So I think maybe they onto something.
I'm just saying maybe he should cover his eyes when we talk to them. Misunderstandings and all. I mean, I'm great at dealing with people.
Because then he could be like, hey, I'm stronger than this guy, and do that thing, you know?
No, we need him to reveal his eyes when we say he will take on the man on level 3.
Delbert, can you help me out here? There needs to be some fact checking.
I agree with you. Correlation does not equal causation. However, that doesn't help us out with our problem here.
I was going to ask, if the Rat Man is 3 levels down, how far down is the Queen?
Oh, she's right here. She's like, well, we got to get through some territory. Well, it's not a problem for us, but, the way I understand it, sometimes it's a problem for you. That's the thing we got to be aware of.
Oh, do you know what these are? And I show them sketches of the arcane sigils that I've been finding.
And they look up at him, yeah. And, excuse me, I said, Quickfoot hops down off of number 14, leaves the giant rat behind him, comes walking over and looks up at it. And they're looking up at it, and they're like, oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know. You know what that is? I don't know what that is. I got no idea what that is. And they both are itching the back of their head. I don't know.
Well, that's fine. We can ask your queen. I'm sure she, like most males of most species, is going to be more intelligent.
Insight checks. Everybody, drop them in the tower.
I don't really need an insight check to know that females are typically more intelligent.
Wrong on so many levels.
Jenna Bink and Delbert notice that the minute they look at the sigils, all right, they both immediately, they shift their hands up and they start digging at the back of their heads and rubbing on it. And they sort of throw their hands up. But there's a trigger for them. It's like they twitch a little bit.
I want to check the corpse of the one that's dead, since they offered him up for meat anyway, and I want to check to see if he has a sigil on the back of his neck.
Go ahead and roll with that advantage because you're familiar with where this is now. And let's see, was I having you make medicine or arcana? Arcana, I guess.
I think you were having me do investigation, actually.
That's right. Yep, there it is. And it is... that symbol.
Now, does that match any of the other ones I've seen?
Well, you don't have it in your notes.
I can't put pictures in my notes, Tad.
Go ahead and make. Go ahead. Wise ass comments aside. Go ahead and make a int check for recall. Maybe. You're not totally certain, but you think. Yeah, it seems like you've seen this symbol before.
I mean, it's clear. It's a jester waving a scepter around. That's who he belongs to. Just look at it. Yeah, that's right. Stare. Stare. There you go.
Is that a coat he borrowed from James Dean?
It could be. However, he looks like he's using the hand to tell them to stay back. No.
All right. So you start carving on the, you start carving on the corpse, taking a look at it. The rats get over by the door. Um,
Did we check the debris in here?
oh,
These two rooms?
you have not checked the debris formally, no.
I'd like to go through it.
Give me some investigation checks.
Oh, my bad.
Jen, you're busy doing other things, so you can't roll. Penny, you go over this place with a fine-tooth comb. There's bodies, there's dead things, there's trashed furniture, there's a barrel that's been caved in. That's it. Something you do find, though, is you can see that there are, and you've seen this before, but there's, of course, vents up near the ceiling and different passages that, rats or small-sized spiders could fit through.
Well, that's foreboding.
All
All
right,
right, so
go ahead.
so as much as I don't really like this plan, maybe you could take us to your queen lady, because if we're gonna get eaten, we may as well get it over with, you know?
Quickfoot puts his hand on his chest and says, I just want you all to know that we respect so much that the shortest person is in charge, because I think you've all said we should go see the queen, but you don't start moving until the little gal says what she's got to say, and we just really respect how, pro short you all is.
What?
See, when they get up tall like that, I guess the air gets thinner or something, and then doesn't really go to the brains. So none of the brains is up with the tall people. It's all with the shorts.
And the other rat, Bright Eyes says, yeah, we get it. Come on, Penny and the rest, come with me. And the rats open the door by, one of them gets up on the other one's shoulders, one of them grabs a hold of it, and they swing back and forth and pull down until the door pops, and then the giant rat bonks his shoulder against it and the door swings open.
I think that even Idris would have a more efficient process than the rats do for opening doors, although it was fascinating to observe.
I'll show you on the next one.
Fantastic.
I moved the torch for you, Delbert. My apologies. You can.
Oh, it's fine.
All right. So you have an archway that goes back out past a bunch of pillars. You have another archway over here, directly across from you, and you have a door back around the corner from you. Now these pillars, move you guys out if you're coming. These pillars kind of look like muscle and sinew that have been growing right out of the floor, to be honest with you. They're kind of, it looks almost like, actually it looks exactly like muscle kind of projected. It's almost like it's been extruded up out of the floor. And they are sort of it's a long twist. Now it's stone. It's clearly stone. Now it's black stone. You know, the black stone of Blackmoor, but it's twisted and they sort of spin up to the ceiling.
To answer your question, Jenna, no, we don't have time to study that.
Yes, we do.
But
We got to go see the queen right now.
Quickfoot, can't she wait a few minutes? I mean, I need to take a few notes.
You know, I don't know. I mean, I think it's like, you know, kind of get a scene if you want to wait a few minutes, I guess. So,
I mean, Penny, don't you want to see what's through that other door? I mean, you can go look in the other door, make sure there's nothing that's going to attack us because I've been too loud, and I'm just going to stand here and check out these pillars.
Burn. You just got burned.
I swear this little gnome is going to be the death of me. But yeah, go look at your pillar things.
all right, who's doing what?
I am investigating the pillars.
All right, Penny, where were you going?
I'm going to go look through this door.
All right. Okay, so that means everybody but Penny give me a charisma saving throw in the tower, please. Jenna. You walk up and you put your hand on one of the pillars and you start to look at it. And when you touch it, it's stone, but it feels kind of spongy and it's wet. You pull your hands away and there's blood on the stone. All right, and you hear sort of a cracking sound, you know. And you see this face push through the pillar, and its jaws snapped, and the jaws come together like this and come together like this, and it sort of pushes out through the side of the tower and starts to coalesce and drip down like it's a clot of blood until it lands and hits the floor. You are frightened. You have to make a check every round to not flee for your life.
It's Quaid.
Idris, I'm convinced that you know, I think you think you're fine. You're not worried at all. This is going to be great. What could possibly hurt the great Idris Reagan? Do we agree?
That's right. It's just the miracle of birth happening again in front of me.
And Delbert, you look at this, raise your eyebrow, and go, "Oh my!" And Quickfoot goes, "What the fuck is that?" Top of his lung, freaked out beyond all belief. All right. The rats are doing this. They are not having anything to do with this. I'm going to give them a emergency run. And as these things form and drop out of the pillars, that's what you see.
I just want you to know, I literally turn around for 1 second.
I just want you to know that I wouldn't have even bothered looking at the pillars if you hadn't said something.
Okay, let's give me some initiative, folks.
Yikes forever. Nice.
All right.
Of course.
All right. Penny, you're up.
What did you people do? I'm turning around and shooting at this Flesh Reaver number 6.
All right.
I'm assuming it has not been an hour since our last combat with the rats, right? Spiders.
Did you take a short rest in there?
Yeah,
No.
we
You took a short rest?
I don't think we rested in the room with the rats, did we? It was before that,
No,
right?
we rested where the spiders were.
Oh, that's right.
That's true.
Thank you.
Okay. So
I mean,
is it-
someone's got to stay awake and on top of all this stuff.
so if it has not been an hour, then I will Hunter's Mark as a bonus action on the Flesh Reaver number 6 and shoot at it. Snake eyes, nice. Sorry, that's
Arrow grazes it and it twists its head, hissing at you. Are you done?
I'm done. Yep.
Oops. That should have been there. Alright, this thing jumps to there, strides once, and swipes at Delbert with its claw.
I'm going to react with casting shield.
Alright. 21 still hits you.
Okay.
You take 5.
All right.
This one springs straight. At Penny. Penny, it lights you up. Does not knock you prone, fortunately. And this, its mouth bites on you, and as it pulls away, there's like this little suction cup chunk of, long tissue coming out of its mouth, and it hits your shoulder, and it tries to sink into it. You think it might have, drained something from you if it hadn't popped off and moved away.
Thanks, Jenna.
Oh my god, Galen, you've been 20'd. Delbert looks really goddamn hurt right now. And the rat runs. Last Flesh Reaver attacks Jenna. Janet slams into you, you're now prone.
Did it hit me to slam into me?
Good point. Let me have it attack you first.
Kinetic science.
Kinetic science.
Oh,
It does hit
attack. It's attacking with advantage because she's prone.
you.
Yeah, it should be attacking with advantage. Thank you, Matt.
I got you.
I will remind you. It works both ways.
That's okay, Matt's good that way.
I am also lawful good and will have problems with that, so. Woo! In the
Right.
end, it misses.
It misses you. It's on the ground next to you, however. And let me take prone off of you, please. Alright. Idris is up.
Now let me show you how that door trick works, like I was telling you earlier. Gonna back up. I'm gonna, as a bonus action, drop the hex. And I'm gonna put this as a wisdom disadvantage on that guy. And I'm gonna swing on him. Flesh Reaver 6. Wow, that was lucky. All right. Okay. Good to know. I am done.
Delbert.
Okay. I think I'm gonna sneeze, and then I'm going to cast Magic Missile. and I'm going to hit Flesh Reaver number 15 with all 3 bolts.
All right, you blow a nice chunk in it.
Okay. I don't have anything else this round.
Genevink, you're safe.
Is it the beginning of my turn or the end of my turn? Just so I know.
End of your turn, actually.
Yeah, so I have to take my turn as frightened. So I will run away. So, point of order, is it all of them or just one of them that I am frightened of?
It is the one that you first saw.
So the one that hit me and is next to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am going to run very much like a little gnome and get behind Penny, because Penny is awesome. So yes, the Flesh Reaper will get its AOO. I'm not done yet.
Lottery will get you everywhere.
And you got a double move, I think, Jen.
Do I to get there? All right.
Well,
no, as frightened, no. I just have to move away from it, and I disadvantage as long as I can see it. So my goal is to get into that other room. Do I have to open the door? Has it been opened already?
It looks like it was open.
Looks like it was open.
All right, you're hit again.
Okay. But I'm gonna, if it's a double move, regardless, I'm gonna get into that room so I can't see the scary thing.
Go for it.
And I will get my crossbow ready. Ooh,
Okay.
no, I won't. I'm still gonna keep my spear because shields are good.
And you got to make a charisma save now.
And now I gotta make a charisma save. Come on, charisma save.
Nope. You're still scared. Are you done?
Yes, now I'm done.
All right. Top of the order, Penny.
Since I'm melee, I'll attack at disadvantage against this Reaper thing. I was not with disadvantage, but I missed anyway, so that doesn't not gonna do anything.
Claws at you and misses. 7 is clawing at Delbert and misses. "15 is clawing at Delbert and hits. Delbert goes down. Oh, don't worry about that. That is a misfire. All right, Idris, you are missed. Idris, you're up. You just see Delbert go down in the background.
Get the spell book, it's worth money. I know. Alright, let me see here. It's clear the walls are closing in on us. But okay. Alright, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna swing on our hexed guy again. Burn. Let me. I'm gonna burn a hero point.
All right.
Chuck a
Roll it.
d6 at that. Don't fail me. Will an 11 hit it?
No.
Okay. There you go. That is it.
Okay. Delbert, death save. Genevink.
don't like this situation one bit. I will cast Acid Splash on 6, I guess. Can I see 9?
From where you are, yeah.
Damn it. All right. I'll target both of them then.
Six. Acid hits the side of its face and its shoulder, seeps into it, and it starts to dissolve in smoke and sort of breaks down into a pool of congealed blood. Looks like a big old clot as it dissolves and falls away. The other one hisses as the damage as it's scorched.
And I am otherwise.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Jen.
Actually, so is there a door that goes back to the other room that we had been in? Am I looking at the map correctly that way?
Go through that door, which will take you through that door.
Yes. So I'm going to use my movement to do that.
Okay. Make your save.
I would like to make my save. Oops. I don't know why it was at disadvantage.
I don't know either. There's nothing funky on you except frightened.
Yeah. Shall I roll it again, or what would you like me to do?
Go ahead and roll it again.
Oops.
There you
It's
go.
a +1, Tad.
You're good. You are no longer
Yay.
frightened. You come around the corner and you're like, oh, that thing's horrible. All right. Top of the order, Penny. There's 2 of those things around Delbert feeding on him.
All right. I can't do anything about that right now. I'm going to use one of my inspirations to attack with not disadvantage, so just a regular roll on Reaver number 9. And I'll bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark on that Reaver prior to that attack.
Hits. Oh, that sinks right into it. It's almost dead.
That's me.
Well. Delbert, give me a death save.
Is it my turn? Because it should do it automatically.
Now, this thing's trying to feed on you. It's doing damage, so you make a death save. Give me another save. Alright, so these long sort of tentacle things have come out of their mouth, and it's got prongs and suckers with a ring of teeth around it, and they've opened and unhinged their jaw, and they're both stuck on Delbert, and you can see energy pulsing up the length of it. And he's in convulsions.
Well, that sucks.
Swin bounces Idris off the wall, and he falls down. And it does 4 points of damage to Idris, and Idris has to make a save versus con as it attempts to put one of those things on it, but Idris bats off its thing. But Idris is now prone.
That's what happens when you moisturize every day.
I don't know what that has to do with it, but it was amusing. Alright, Idris, you are up. You're now prone. That thing's all over you trying to take a chunk out of you.
That's what it wishes. I will bonus action move my Hex onto the Flesh Reaver. I will burn out my inspiration for advantage. on the swing. And I will roll on it. Oh, I'll stand up, have my movement, and then I'll roll on it. Boom. Boom. And we get some healing, right? Nope, that was the other hex.
You put your foot down, you come up with your shield, smashing it away, and then you turn around and thrust straight in with your longsword, going right through its shoulder by its neck and tearing loose. And as you tear loose, it turns into almost this big clot of blood and sinks down into the floor. And it smells foul.
And then I'm gonna move.
You got half your
10,
move left.
15. There we go.
Delbert, you make another save.
In actual fact, if you take damage when you are at 0, it's an automatic failure. So
Okay, so you've taken 2 fails. All right. Okay, Delbert saves again. Janabink.
Idris, why did you have to stand there?
What? Is there a ghost?
So Idris is at 30 feet. Is there any way I can still manage to get a potion into Delbert and like I guess is there any way I can 5-foot step, because my plan was to go where Idris is.
No, and the door's a hard corner. So.
Curses. I guess then I shall just acid splash again. Oh, can I see 15?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
Ooh, stereo. All right, they both smoke just a itty bit.
All I got.
All right, Penny, you're up.
I will move to here and administer a potion to Delbert.
Roll 2d4 plus 2 and I'll adjust. Or you can reach into your character sheet under your action and drop the dice on him. There you go. Excellent. Delbert, things suck much less right now, although you still have these things with their little fleshy things stuck on you. All right? And as you stand up and move, they pop off. Apparently they can't keep them attached when they're in combat. This one, however, goes after Idris. Oh, Idris is still prone. I rolled stereo too, so I'm not worried about it. Let me remove that effect. I rolled the same crappy roll twice, which means it was faded. Let me take prone off of him. And that one, DM's going to randomize. It's still going after Idris, because he's tasty.
I'm classy.
Or actually, he's still going after Delbert, because he's prone and tasty. Actually, he should have advantage. Oh, he is still prone, so I will roll a second time against him. Alright. Well, he hit himself with a 15. Nice roll, Ted. Alright, so...
I was looking at that. I was like, what? Wait. Something's wrong with that roll.
4 points of damage to you, and you're about to make a con save to see if he's able to get the sucker on you again. He is able to get the sucker on you again.
Okay.
And you take another 8 points of damage and you go back under.
Okay.
Idris, you're up.